Hey guys, so today is September 1st and I am so excited for autumn, and I am declaring this the first day of autumn even though technically it's not for like another few weeks. I am so excited. This week, this vlog, I'm going to be kicking off the why do I always get this confused? I have too many readathons. It's not the Read Your Bookshelf. It is the You've Got Mail readathon. It is going the whole month of September. I got lots of fun things going on. I am currently wearing something that is a sneak peek for something that is coming next month, but I thought I need to show it now because it is inspired by You've Got Mail. I have a shirt design that you can currently buy inspired by You've Got Mail that my patrons voted for, which is great. It was fun. It's a nod to Frank Navasky from You've Got Mail, but like out of all the designs I made that they voted from, this one was my favorite. You guys, it is a Fox and Sons Books shirt. It's gonna come on a bunch of different things too, but we're heading into fall and I wanted a nice cozy sweater. This sweater is like fuzzy and warm and I'm so here for it. So this is going to be coming to my Etsy shop probably either the last few days of September or the beginning of October. I don't have an exact date yet, but it will be coming, and it will be coming on all sorts of different things as well. Mugs, tote bags, like the Fox Books totes that they stole from the shop around the corner, you know, all the things. So welcome to this vlog. Love this shirt. I'm going to be wearing it multiple times, I'm sure of it. And I should probably talk about the book that I'm actually reading. So I'm currently reading Firefight. I really wanted to finish this book and start fresh in September and get into the fall vibes for my reading, but I didn't finish it. I'm not very far at all. Yeah, so I'm going to be finishing this in this reading vlog and hopefully starting some more books. I'm also reading a ton of poetry, hopefully sharing some of my favorite poems throughout the next few days. This one is book 2 in Sanderson's Reckoners series trilogy. It is a science fiction like supervillain story, and I enjoyed book 1. It was really good. It wasn't amazing when you consider all the other Sanderson books. I feel like it wasn't his best works, or it wasn't his best work. I've only read the one so far, but it was fun and I'm excited to continue it. So, and this book is going well. I don't feel like I can say much about it, which is kind of lame for this vlog. So I'll read this as fast as possible so I can start some books that I can actually talk about. And thanks so much for being here. Let's just try to do like maybe not all of the autumn things, because maybe I'll spread that out throughout the month, but let's try to do like a ton of the autumn things. So it's been a few days. Apparently I struggle with filming vlogs when I have 5 kids and there is sickness in the house and there is a birthday and all the things. But I have been reading a bit. So I did finish Firefight. Like I said, I don't really want to say much about a second book in a series. I generally don't. Once again, I feel like this was kind of mediocre Sanderson. Probably would, like, if this was a different author, I would probably think this book is quite amazing. It felt kind of like not a whole lot was happening until the end when everything happened again. Same kind of vibes as the first book in the series. So there's one more left in the trilogy and then I will have read it all. And I'm really glad I did. Like, I'm enjoying it. It's just missing a little bit of like the extraness that Sanderson's books often have, but it's also really good. So that's science fiction. The book that I've been spending most of my time reading these days is a nonfiction, and it's been a long time since I have read a nonfiction that just gripped me the way this one has. Like, I find it often takes like more brain power to read nonfiction, so during certain seasons it's harder, but this book has been amazing. It is Adorning the Dark by Andrew Peterson. And you guys, like, this is going to sound probably weird and extreme, but I feel like this is doing something to me right now. Like, it is really good for my soul, and I don't even really know exactly how to describe it other than that. So the subtitle is Thoughts on Community, Calling, and the Mystery of Making. So I went into this book not knowing what it was about, but Shatona Havig had raved about it, is still raving about it so much, and it's Andrew Peterson. I love his Wingfeather Saga. I love his music. so I wanted to give it a try. It really is geared towards people that like to make things or play music or write. Pretty much those three things, but I don't know. And maybe because like I feel like I kind of don't really fit into the category much, but it is making me want to create. And just before I read this, I made a goal for myself that now after, I'm not even done this, I'm cruising through it. I'm 145 pages. I only have this left. Tabbing all the things. Jared has now ordered a physical copy for ourselves because I told him I need to highlight everything and he's going to want to read it. So it's coming. I was saying something. Before I started reading this, I made a goal for myself and now I am like very excited about that goal. I don't really want to say what it is yet because yeah, I'm just gonna wait a little bit on that. Yeah, so I think maybe when I do my reading wrap up, I will read a bunch of lines from here. I'll read a couple right now. The first thing, so it started in the preface. So then I was like, well, if I'm wanting to highlight things in the, like on the very, very first page, then I need to buy this book. So this is kind of the basis for this book. He says, well, I'll just read these couple paragraphs. Some of it doesn't really make sense. I don't know who Rich Mullins is. I mean, I've gathered enough from this book because he talks about him all the time, but it says, I was 19 when I had a head-on collision with Jesus through the music of Rich Mullins, and I gave the next 26 to a stumbling pursuit of calling. That calling, as I understand it, is to use whatever gifts I've been given to tell the truth as beautifully as I can. And that right there, to use whatever gifts I've been given to tell the truth as beautifully as I can, is very much what he's describing throughout this book, and that has just inspired me so much to use what I have been given to tell the truth as beautifully as I can, and I'm very excited to see where this goes. Now I have kids coming downstairs, so it might get loud here. Okay, I'm reading 2 more books. Well, I'm reading, I think, like 4 or 5 or 6 poetry collections where I'm reading a poem a day, approximately. My Emily Dickinson, I'm reading a spread a day, which ends up being like 6 of her short little poems. I also started The Librarian Spy. I started that at the same time as Adorning the Dark. Normally, like, I like to have a nonfiction going. This takes me longer than fiction, but no, I'm picking this up all the time. And I'm only 76 pages into this one. I'm on chapter 6. It's okay. So far, I feel like the title is, I shared this on Instagram actually, I feel like the title is misleading because I thought we were going to get some good bookish vibes from the word librarian, and I mean from the cover. Obviously there's books in the background, there's a book right there, but one of our 2 main characters is a librarian, but she leaves her job at the library in the first chapter. So yeah, I don't know if that will come back at all yet, but I'm very disappointed in that. I was going for some like strong bookish vibes, but I was kind of disappointed in the beginning of the last bookshop in London as well. I just shared about that in my 20 favorite books from the last trimester. So I'm hoping it gets better, but I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna finish reading this book first and then I'll pick this one up. And then one of the books that I am reading for I'm reading the poetry collections as part of my collections prompt for the Read Your Bookshelf challenge, but I'm also reading The Lottery and Other Stories because the poetry collections I won't finish this month, but this book I hope to. So I have enjoyed a number of Shirley Jackson's short stories. The last couple that I have read have been very, very dark. And I generally like the twists that her books take, but these last 2, I read The Witch and The Renegade. And those were intense, definitely not my favorite. But I do feel like she is a very powerful storyteller, especially when you can feel like she's powerful when she's only writing a story that's like 5 pages long. So I'm going to continue this. And the weather today is cooler. We're getting the autumn vibes. Some of the leaves are changing. I'm having hot cocoa all the time. Like, I feel like fall has arrived and I'm so excited about that. So I think I will do some more reading and then check in maybe tomorrow, maybe in a couple days for a little wrap up of this reading vlog. So So I wanted to do like one more clip kind of wrapping up this vlog, and I can't find the book. I finished Adorning the Dark. I'm like looking around my office here to see if I put it here somewhere. I don't know where I put it. It's a library book. I have to find it. I just took a picture of it. It must be upstairs. Even then I couldn't find it, but it's somewhere in my house. Yeah, I gave that book 5 stars. I would have given it more stars if Goodreads would allow. I would just give it like all the stars. It, like I said in my last clip, it's doing something to me, and I don't know. I feel like God was working through that book for sure. Lots of cool things to come, I feel like. But I got some good book mail today because I got The God of the Garden, which is the next book of Andrew Peterson's. This one is Thoughts on Creation, Culture, and the Kingdom. Jared ordered this one, and he also ordered Adorning the Dark. But that one, oddly, hasn't come in yet. So I'm going to transfer all my tabs from Adorning the Dark into the new one as soon as I get it. And then I'm going to highlight all the things and probably reread a ton of it. It's maybe a good thing that I can't find it right now, because I would probably read all the quotes to you. I will probably just end up doing that when I do my wrap up. I highly recommend it to everybody, I think. But especially if you feel like you enjoy creativity. In the book he says he doesn't like it when people call themselves creatives because we are all creative, and I get that, but I consider myself a creative person in a way that like I don't consider myself any kind of artist, because I can't draw or sing or do like the normal like artist things, but I do enjoy creating things. So I get what he's saying, but also I disagree with him in that area. Yeah, so I'm excited for this one. I think I'm gonna make myself wait a bit. Oh, it's got some pictures. Are these his own what are these? Just random illustrations apparently of his, I'm assuming. They're all trees. I mean, out of the 2 that I've seen so far. So maybe, yeah, that was another tree and part of a tree and a tree. So I'm not sure what that was. Well, I mean, it's the garden. Oh, this is probably based off of his yard. He explained his yard in the first book, and like how he built this stone wall, and he did like a stone archway thing. So I'm assuming this is kind of based off of that. Can't wait to read it. And then I'm continuing with The Librarian Spy. Like I said, it's disappointing because there's not a whole lot of bookish stuff yet. I haven't read any more. I mean, I started reading the next chapter. I read about 2 paragraphs and then I got interrupted, so I'm still on the exact same page I was last time. Lost my bookmark. Okay. It's definitely not giving me, I was hoping for like fall vibes with this. I was hoping for like bookish vibes and like just the coziness. I feel like my reading didn't feel very autumny this week. My next vlog is going to be a Patreon spoilery vlog reading Dark Matter. That's the one that they voted on. That's the one that won that poll. So I'm gonna be doing that in the next little while, probably after I read this book, unless I pick up another autumny feeling book before that. I can't think of one right now that it would feel like just full of autumn vibes. But I plan on doing another autumn vlog at the end of September, and I think that will have more autumn vibes because we're going to go on some hikes and do some very specific autumn things, hopefully go to a corn maze. So this is the like autumn is starting vlog, and hopefully that will be like autumn is in full swing kind of vlog. So let me know something you've been reading lately, especially if there is a book that you are just loving, like I was loving Adorning the Dark. And if there's a book that's kind of not really piquing your interest that you had hoped would. I went through the same thing with with her other book, so I feel like it doesn't mean I won't love it yet, but because I've heard like mediocre things, so we'll see. Yeah, let's just talk all the bookish things in the comments like we usually do. Thanks for being here, guys.